She is the content creator behind the profile Anjos, focused on spirituality and Catholic devotion on social media. Modern world, right folks? Bringing topics of faith closer to an audience used to consuming content quickly. That was a big topic here during these 4 days of live streams, right? The speed of the modern world, people's rush, people's superficiality. So we're also going to discuss this a little bit in our next conversation, right? We're talking about Instagram, TikTok, social media in general, where her work often uses a visual, emotionally engaging style. Paula Sebe is with us. Welcome, Paula. Good afternoon. Please have a seat here in our studio chair. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. How are you? Vito Tavares from Loyola Distributors is here working the second shift. He just spoke with us a little while ago and will join this conversation. Paula, welcome. Get comfortable and speak close to the microphone. I think the distance is good here. All good? If anything, our production team will give us a shout.
I brought the little gift.
Thank you very much.
Vitor, I never gave you this before. It's for protection. It's not superstition. You can use it. That was spread by Pope Pius IX after the Italian Unification War in 1870.
Or the second half of the 19th century.
Right? The mother embroidered the detente in her son's pocket. Sorry, what is that? The mother embroidered the detente in her son's pocket and he went to war. And they shot at him and the detente stopped the bullet. And Pope Pius, not knowing about this, said, no, we have to spread this everywhere so it won't even need a priest's blessing. You just need to have the detente in this shape and use it and you'll be safe from any danger. I carry the detente every day here inside my bra. But you can carry it in your pocket, you can carry it in your purse, you can put it in your wallet. So I brought one for you.
In the modern world, this is really necessary. Wow, it's a shield, it's a shield, it's a shield. Exactly.
It protects you completely.
And once again, we're opening this conversation by talking about history, right? You're talking here about the unification of Italy, which happened late. Italy, as a country, is a young country, right? It's from the 19th century, from the end of the 19th century, as you mentioned here. And moving from the past to the present, a present that's increasingly focused on the future and becoming more superficial, I'd like you to introduce Anjos to people who don't know it. And this proposal of yours, this challenge, right? I imagine it's hard work, isn't it? To speak to people in these new ways, I think we're used to reading. We've talked a lot about books here. We're used to reading even at a slightly slower pace. But it seems like nowadays the world isn't made for this slower pace anymore, right? No.
Everything is really fast and the Angels in Faith started. I'll move a little closer. The Angels in Faith started, but it was just for fun. We had a prayer group and prayed the Marian Rosary every day, but I talked too much. And then the big boss got really mad at me. What year was that? That'll make 2 years this September. On September 29th, Anjos was founded. And before, I used to talk too much and people would ask, please, I have cancer. A prayer for me. This was during the live rosaries on the internet, on Instagram, right? There was a set time. We start praying the Marian Rosary with people making requests that I read. But I was scolded since I shouldn't have read them. I also really like to talk. And then I founded Anjos. And during the rosaries, people write what they need blessings for, what they need a miracle for, and I read them. There are people with cancer, people who don't want to live anymore, people whose parents are dying, people who have lost everything, people who haven't had a job in years, people in every situation you can imagine. And then we started praying for these people. I would say the person's name and talk about their pain. And with that, we grew a lot. And then I met Father Fabio Vieira, who brought the relics of Carlo Acutis. And I touched the relics of Carlo Acutis. I think I told you this. And I was thrown backward. Look, I was thrown backward and I felt something I had never felt before. And Carlo Acutis is what? Patron of what? Of the internet, of the youth.
Of this postmodern world, right?
And things were slow at Anjos. And after that encounter I had with Carlo's relics, when I was thrown back, I even felt embarrassed because we were in a big prayer group with several women. And what are they going to think of me, right? But I let it happen. And I had one of the best feelings and experiences I've ever had in my life. Instagram started to grow, and now we've reached 513,000 followers. And so I quit my job, I left everything behind, and I dedicate myself completely to this. And I started receiving a lot of messages. Paula, I have this problem and that problem. Teach me a prayer. Help me. And then it was one message a day. Then it became 2 messages a day. And as it grew, that turned into dozens of messages a day. And I said, what am I going to do? A book with a prayer for every occasion. Whatever the person needs, it's in this book.
And that's how the book, A Prayer for Every Occasion, came about.
For every occasion?
Which is right here, look. Yeah. In the main shot here, another beautiful edition we're featuring here. Hardcover. Very fine finish. I'll open it here so people can see. And if you're looking at it and saying, I can't really see it well, I'd like to see more. There's a QR code here in the bottom left corner for you to go to the Livraria Loyola website and check out this and many other books. But wait, Paula, I want to revisit the beginning to understand something. You were talking about small group back then, 2 years ago.
Small group.
I imagine that the profile of this group was more homogeneous. Suddenly, when you talk about more than 500,000 followers, you don't know who's there. So they're young people, I imagine, right? I'd like you to talk a little about that. Yeah. Age profile, socioeconomic, regional as well. I imagine it's from all over the country.
So the whole country, and there are a lot of people from outside the country too.
So it was like this, and then it became this.
Did this, and we see this a lot in the daily rosaries. People make a point of mentioning the cities they're from and what pain they're going through. So,
and many of them, I imagine.
Portugal, a lot. Other countries too. There's Chile, the United States, there's Puerto Rico, Argentina. And we can see that it's expanding. Australia and Japan. I have someone from Japan who joins every day. And what happened? Rodrigo is in there.
Rodrigo Alvarez is sending kisses to everyone here. Live is live, guys. Live is this mess. So far, only a few people are here. But live?
I say that and the lights go out on me. I catch fire in the middle of the slides.
Has that ever happened?
It happened. It has happened before. I lit a match to light the candle. The flame came back at me. I caught fire and started screaming in the middle of the live stream.
And then you nailed it.
Right? Yeah, then people laugh a lot because I'm just so me.
But that's how it should be.
It has to be. I'm really myself. So I think that's it. That draws a lot of people in. Because there are people who hate it. They say, you talk too much. Yes. They should look for a channel that doesn't talk, right? So those who like someone who talks and is welcoming, they come. And I think Our Lady guides a lot of that. Those who like it stay, and they stay for 2 years. Today we have people who have been here since the very beginning.
Since the beginning?
So it's really beautiful to see this growth. There was a live we did on November 27th that it really took off, 8,500 people live praying to Our Lady of Grace with me. So it's something you just can't control. So I decided to write a prayer for each occasion to go straight to the pain people are feeling. So I wouldn't have to keep saying look, you have to pray this or that. Yeah, just go to the book and check the index. There's definitely something there to help solve your problem. Or for you to calm down and open your heart a little more, to take away that anguish, that weight from your heart. I was talking to Victor, whom I met here at the fair, right? Boldly, I went up to Victor and said, hi. I am with Anjos na Fe. How many followers did I have? I think 120,000. I think 60, wasn't it? It was less. It was 60,000. I went up to him and introduced myself, asking for a freebie, and we became friends, right? And then we kept talking throughout the year. Then he asked, why did you disappear? I said, because I'm making an ebook. He said, no, not an ebook. You're going to make a printed book. And that's how the printed book was born.
So now I want to know the following. So we already know how the idea for the book started. It was supposed to be a digital book. And suddenly, thanks to Vitor, it became a physical book. But hold on. You, Paula, said at the beginning that you're someone who talks a lot, right? We have 300 pages here, right? Yes, so how was the work of condensing these 2 years of prayers, one for each occasion? Who knows if these 300 pages are enough to cover all the occasions? I don't think so.
I think there'll have to be a second one.
There'll be a second one. Let's hope Vido doesn't hear us, right? But I think there'll be a second one. So tell us how it was to put it down on paper. And it's a very curious thing because you start on social media and then go to a physical medium, which is basically the reverse process, right?
Reverse.
So tell me what it was like to condense your work into this book.
So, as I told you, it started through the messages I was receiving daily. And I started getting 1, 2, and it got to a point where I couldn't keep up anymore because it's just me. I don't have an assistant. I don't have anything. It's just me. I quit my job and I take care of everything. I film, I edit, I write the scripts. Yes! And I reply to every message I get. Every message I go there and reply. It might take me a while, but I make a point of responding. Then I started to notice, everyone has the same problem. Most of the people who reach out to me are looking for prayer. I don't even know if that term exists. Rezadera. Me, when I see myself as a rezadera.
We're making it up if it doesn't exist.
If it doesn't exist, right? There is. When I think of myself as someone who prays for others, I say, why not put all of this on paper, right? And make something so people can have access to all this that I send here, there, everywhere, and all in one place. Because people don't always have a specific problem. Every day it's a different pain. Every day it's a problem. Today it's discouragement.
Tomorrow it's emotional, physical.
Is that it closes. Then it's someone who passes away. You have to face the grief. Yeah, your son who isn't Catholic anymore. And you have to kneel and pray a lot for him to come back. Right? Because nowadays the world manages to do that. The enemy is out there for that, right? To seduce you, to lead you away. And if you let him, he'll take your religion too. And it happens a lot. So many mothers. So here's what I think. You're not dealing with just one kind of pain. Of course, there are people who have it. They face grief, and it's that grief every single day. But today you might feel more discouraged. Tomorrow you might have a problem with the law. The day after tomorrow you have another problem. So I thought to myself, should we put everything into just one thing?
I'll do the following, Paula. Look, the bookmark is right here. And randomly, I'll open it to the page where it is for you to comment on.
Okay.
Victor, pages 74 and 75. Salve Regina on page 74. And the Office of the Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary on page 75.
So what happened then? I don't know if I was talking to Victor, if Victor at that point gave his cue or not. We thought it was necessary to include prayers. They are very traditional prayers. So the first chapter has the Our Father, it has the Hail Mary. The second chapter contains Marian prayers. The third chapter is all prayers to Saint Joseph, focused on Saint Joseph. And then the other chapters are we see this at the very beginning of the book. There's an index by chapter, what the subject is.
Here, look.
And I think you picked exactly the Marian prayers, I don't know.
Exactly. It starts on page 61, chapter 2.
So for us who are devoted to Mary, these prayers are part of our daily prayers, right? We pray every day. So I decided to include them because there are a lot of people who don't even know that this kind of prayer exists. They don't even know that a Hail Holy Queen exists. So what I do a lot is teach the faith, both on the live rosary and in my videos. I catechize and show the different types of prayers that exist. For each saint, there is a different prayer. Every day has a different saint. And we can pray to that saint on that day. So that's pretty much it.
Hey, Paula, this book is from 2026. It's brand new.
Yeah.
It's just coming out for her now. And you've put in 2 years of work. Yeah. Let's suppose volume 2 is coming out, right? Yeah, with a prayer for every occasion, I want to know if you've been learning from the people who have brought you their problems, right? As your work has grown. And this is also shaping you and changing your way of seeing things. You're learning new things.
Every day.
How has that been for you?
Every day is a learning experience. Every day comes with its problems. I think the biggest lesson is that our pain is never as big as we think it is. There's always someone in more pain than we are. Isn't that true? There's always someone who's in more pain than we are, and we even feel embarrassed to complain about our own pain. Because our pain compared to the pain of people whose lives are shattered out there is nothing. I learned to be grateful every day for the gift of speech, the gift of walking, the gift of thinking, the gift of being able to hold a utensil to eat by myself, to go to the bathroom by myself, to not need help, and people don't give thanks. So that's one of the things I learned from this. Another thing I learned, your pain to you is the biggest thing in the world. It might mean nothing to me, but I have to respect your pain.
Paula, we have to let you go because you have to go down the escalator to sign autographs, to sign your book.
Right?
So I want to thank you for your participation. I'll show the cover again here, okay? Look, there we go. Now it's showing clearly, right? Paula Sebe, A Prayer for Every Occasion. It's hot off the press. This book is that new. And here on the left, on the screen, there's still the QR code for you to take a picture. Go to the Livraria Loyola website and check out this book and the others. Thank you very much, Paula.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you in person.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vitor, once again. Thank you. Congratulations.
You stayed so quiet, right? No.
But the author is you. You're the author. The book is yours. It's yours. Everything.
Therefore,
We always...
have angels in our lives.
This started to take shape at last year's ExpoCatólica.
Yeah, but it was the angels, right? It's the angels that God puts in our lives, and the angel in my life is Vitor.
Hey, and congratulations on this edition. It's beautiful. Really beautiful. Very beautiful indeed. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and a beautiful gift.
Beautiful gift. That's true.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. Wait. Don't leave yet, Paula, because there's a gift here.
I've already seen it on the live streams.
Because it's not a surprise anymore. On the fourth day, it's not a surprise anymore.
For that one, right? I'm following all the live streams, watching everything. It's all wonderful.
Miracles for you.
Wonderful.
Do you want to unbox it here quickly?
Shall we do it?
Look here.
Look, hold on. Come on. Our Lady of Fatima. You know that Fatima was the first time I felt the presence of Our Lady. My husband had throat cancer, and I made a promise to Our Lady of Fatima. And while praying to Our Lady of Fatima, I felt Our Lady of Fatima by my side, and the promise was exactly that we would go to Fatima.
And I give thanks. When was that?
That was 4 years ago.
Okay.
Okay? And then I felt the presence of Our Lady of Fatima. And after that, Our Lady of Fatima is present every day in my life, in Ricardo's life, and she is here. These are the signs, right? I say these are God incidences. Another word for you, another word. Look, where should I show, guys? Here, look how wonderful this folder is. Is this a folder? What would it be? It is...
A dust jacket, a folder.
Right? A dust jacket for...
And then you have all the material, including something so you don't burn your fingers, which is what I did on Thursday. Got burned. You've already set things on fire during the live show? Yes.
Setting fires on the live stream. I'll put this here.
A little clip here and everything.
This little clip is for...
It's for you to hold the charcoal that's here, okay? Look.
It's the tongs. It's the other way around. It's the other way around.
Is it the other way around?
No. Press in the middle.
Yeah, you press it.
Then take the small piece of charcoal.
Then you take it and put it...
The charcoal.
The little charcoal, you know those vitamins? Yes.
It's the same.
It's exactly the same. It's cylindrical.
So you don't get your finger dirty or burned by hot charcoal. That's it.
This one is...
This is the incense.
It's the incense. This is the incense. So this is the charcoal. I've seen this before. It catches fire. Actual fire. And it doesn't burn people.
But no, it burns the person like this. It really does.
It burns?
It burns. Even when it's lit, you don't even notice. It's charcoal.
You have to be careful. You have to...
You put it in. You light the charcoal.
That's why this thing here exists. Look.
You put it in and place the incense on top of it while it's burning.
Clumsy, you have to... No.
Clumsy Paula, you have to be careful. Leave Clumsy Paula out of this. Organized Paula tries to do it. She tries. She studies how to do it. Look, she tries.
You have to do it, okay?
And it's a miracle product. Really? Miraculous. Maximum. That's here. Maximum. That specializes in charcoal. Charcoal?
Look at the liturgical charcoal. Yeah, a lot. It's wonderful.
Very cool.
I love the gift. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the interview, for the chance to be here with you.
We're the ones who should be thanking you.
It's an honor for me. And
And people are lining up over there.
they're lining up.
Now Paula is going to run. She's going to go down the escalator here because we're on the upper floor, and she's going down to the booth over there to sign this book here. Look at that again. A prayer for every occasion. Book launch, book launch.
All this thanking each other, right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very well.
Thank you. It's a gift from the author.
Autora.
Thank you very much.
If you want to buy from home, it's on the Libreria Loyola website. Is it? Oh,
Let's go. Really? Look at that. And we're showing here both the Milagros QR code and the Loyola one, so you can access the website to buy the products. This one is Loyola's. It's blue here, the QR code, so you can check out the books. And in just a few seconds, we'll put up Milagros's as well. Jornada 10, don't forget, the coupon is valid until this live stream ends. And just between us, it'll be available for a few more days too, because Martinho promised. Guys, thank you so much once again for visiting us here. Thanks. Bye, Paolo. It was a pleasure.